Hello, and welcome. Remember in my last video when I said that your weight loss will slow down? Well, Adam lost 93 pounds taking a GLP-1, and then suddenly his weight stopped. What he did next helped him start losing again. So today we're going to talk about what that actually looks like and what you could do about it. Adam will tell his story, how he overcame the stall, and not only that, he gained muscle during his GLP-1 journey. So let's get started. Have you ever known somebody to lose over 100 pounds? Well, I have Adam here today, and Adam has lost 131 pounds. That's right, 131 pounds taking Zepbound. So we're going to hear all about his transformation and how he managed to do that. It seems like record time to me. Before I welcome you officially, I want to know, how did you get the name Heavy on the Jumps?
Well, I started jumping rope when I was 302 pounds, 310 pounds maybe. And I was always heavy. And I just put the two together. Heavy on the jumps. Like I have a video, my transformation video that I have on my channel. You can see me on the deck of my job because I work offshore. And I was jumping rope over 300 pounds. So basically, that's the first concept of how I came up with heavy on the jumps. But the main concept is I just combine heavy ropes with heavy weightlifting. So that's
So
that's
you
how I
were
came up
jumping
with it.
even before you lost the weight. You didn't wait till you
No,
okay.
when I first started my journey, I was jumping rope. I just went head
Wow.
first into intensity, into intense working out.
Now why jump roping?
Because it was I never did it before. Like how everybody when they growing up. So I'm sure 90% of people jump rope growing up, or at least attempted to jump rope growing up. I never did. I never jumped rope. Like the first time you see me jumping rope on that deck of my transformation video is the first time I've ever jumped rope in my life. At
Oh wow.
40, I was what 40, 43? No, I was 42. I'm sorry, 42 years old. That's my first time ever jumping rope, and I just wanted to do something different because I jog, I could go running. I was doing insanity for a little bit of time, and of course, weightlifting has always been a part of my journey. So I was like, let me try jumping rope. And when I started, I just fell in love with it.
Wow. The way you explain that just reminds me of the theme of what I'm going to talk to you about, which is your obvious motivation and dedication. And I say that because a lot of people start off with it and then they lose it maybe somewhere along in their journey. And I feel like you started out with it, you maintained it, and then now that you're at the end, you're even more motivated. That's unheard of, to be even more motivated than when you started on your journey. So I just love that for you. I think that's great. Let me welcome you here. I'm excited to talk to you. I found you to be so motivating. It's like you just want to get some of what he has. So I want to know the secret recipe to whatever you got going on that's motivating you so we can spread it like wildfire out here, because I think it's just great. So introduce yourself to us. Let us know a little bit about your background, and then maybe go into how you started your Zepbound journey.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm the GLP-1 athlete, the one and only, Mr. Heavy on the jumps, Mr. Heavy on the gains. I can't see the muscles clearly, but yeah. So I'm 44 years old. I'm originally born and raised from New Orleans, Louisiana. I stay in Houston, Texas at the moment. I'm married. I've been married. I've been with my wife for 5 years. We've been married for a year. We're going on our second year anniversary, October this year. I have 5 kids, 4 boys, 1 girl, and I work offshore. I've been working offshore since 2007, so a long time, a very long time. But I started my Zepbound journey as September 2024 due to a health scare that I had in July of 2024, the summer of 2024, which that whole year was just bad for me. I was suffering with high blood pressure. I was pre-diabetic. I had sleep apnea. My wife used to tell me that in my sleep, I used to lose my breath. Like I used to lose air while I was asleep, which I'm sure a lot of people suffer from that, dealing with obesity. But the main thing for me is my job, working offshore. And you was talking about that earlier. You was like, it's stressful having to go to work and dealing with a lot of stuff. And for me, working offshore, being gone months at a time, like my schedule is 28 and 14, right? That was so stressful for me to where I had to cut it down to 28 and 28. So now I'm doing 28 and 28 now.
So
But
when you say that, you mean offshore for 28 days, back home for 28.
yes,
Okay.
straight, straight. So when you offshore, it's straight days. No days off. Holidays, whatever, you got to work straight days, 12-hour shifts. And we talking about dealing with work that'll kill you. We talking about cargo that weighs 10, 20,000 pounds, chains that weigh uh 1,000 pounds. That if it hits you the wrong way, it'll give you a concussion. You could lose. You have people that lose fingers, like different stuff like that. Me just explaining it to you so you can get a picture of why it's so stressful. But they got a lot of people be like, oh, well, if it's so stressful, why you do it? Because first of all, it's a 6-figure job. And the one thing that we have to do year round is pay bills. So
Mhm.
that's why it's a great offshore is a great career. But bringing it back to what you asked, so I was so stressed in 2024 that I had developed a cyst in my neck, and I had a headache. I had a headache for maybe like 2, 3 days straight while I was at work. And I was talking to my wife and I was telling her, she was like, well, Bibbs, if you're feeling bad, come home. And I was like, okay, cool. So I talked to the office, went home, and immediately she was like, go to the doctor. And I'm like, well, let me, I'm home now. I'm in my element. I'm not under the stress no more. So let me just take some Tylenol. And mind you, my neck was swollen, right? But I was so obese to where I didn't really notice it. Now that I
You
look back,
did.
no, I didn't notice it. But now that I look back at the picture, I can tell the difference
Mhm.
that my neck was swollen or whatever. So, but one night I couldn't sleep, and the headaches went from mild to migraine, and I was up 2, 3 in the morning maybe, and I just started coughing, and I started coughing up blood, and when I started coughing up blood, that was my sign. Go to the doctor. Like
Absolutely.
it's no choice now. Like you can't put this off no longer. So I went to the doctor. I went seen the doctor. The doctor automatically knew what was going on. They gave me some pain medicine. And when they gave me the pain medicine, all of a sudden they started sticking tubes down my nose, which they stuck in my nose into my stomach. So once they did that, bam, I went out. I was out like a light. When I woke up, they had the surgery on my neck. They had to take the cyst out of my neck. And the doctor told me straight up, Mr. Turkey, the reason why you was having a headache for so long was because the infection from the cyst that was in your neck was going to your brain. And if you would have waited, or if you wouldn't, like if you would have coughed up that blood and just ignored it and didn't do nothing about it, he said maybe another day or two you'd have probably went into a coma, because the infection would have caused blood clogs in your brain or even caused the aneurysm. So, and I told him, he was like, well, what you gonna do? Like, so I'm like, what I'm gonna do? In my mind, I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I know that it's offshore is the reason why I'm stressed out so much. And I can't just quit my job because I have a wife, I have kids, responsibilities. I'm a man. All of that goes into it, right? So I was telling him, well, I tried to get Mounjaro at the beginning of the year, and they denied me. And the lady who was my doctor at the time, she was like, "Well, let me try to get this other medication that's for obesity, because I think at the time Zepbound was new. At the beginning of
Okay.
2024, Zepbound was still new, and they were still trying to get approved by the FDA or whatever. So he was like, "Well, let me do your pre-authorization. Let me add this on to it, and then we'll see what they're gonna do." And sure enough, that was July, August, they approved me. and I got my first month supply in September, and that's when I first started my Zepbound journey in
Oh,
September
wow.
2024.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yep.
Okay, all right, very good. So tell us, so what were your experiences when you first took the medication? So like tell us about that first injection. When you did the first injection, were you alone? And then when you took the injection, what did you feel like afterward?
Afterwards, I mean, I guess I felt motivated.
Did
I
you
felt
really?
I felt motivated, and I recorded it,
You recorded it.
and I documented it. I actually documented my
Wow.
first Zepbound injection. Yep, and I mean, I felt motivated because I felt like it was a turning point. I mean, we all coming from obesity, all of us that was obese, right? When we hear about something that can actually save us or that can actually give us hope to live a lifestyle that better us or make us better people, of course, we gonna feel hopeful. We're gonna feel motivated. And for me, my ambition is always strong. But we
So you
deal with
went into it with a strong mindset.
strong mindset. But stress is a silent killer.
Yes.
Stress is a silent killer, and like I said, the dealing with being offshore is stressful for me. But I was motivated. I was ready, I was motivated, and I was in my mind, I'm like, I'm about to take this GLP-1 to another level. That's what I was thinking when I first took my first shot. I took the picture. I sent you the picture. The picture I sent you with when I was the big picture with the 2.5. That was my first day, my first shot.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I remember that. We'll put it up. We'll put it up and show it. So let me ask you, you take the injection. Did you feel anything right away? How did you know it was working? Haven't you been on other diets and did other things before to lose weight?
Yes, I have tried
Right.
diets. I
So how
have
did you know that this was gonna work?
the moment for me was when I didn't have any more food noise because it didn't really suppress my appetite at first because I was still eating what I wanted and how I wanted to, but I didn't eat late at night like how I used to. So that was when I knew when nighttime came and I drank a smoothie or maybe a kale smoothie from Smoothie King or something, and then I went straight to sleep for days at a time. I knew, yeah, this different. That's when I knew when the food noise was all the way gone. That's when I knew.
So
And
you
of
weren't
course,
eating at night because you weren't thinking about the food? Is that what you're saying? Because
oh,
you
I mean,
said your
I would.
appetite wasn't really suppressed. So were you
It
not
wasn't.
thinking about food?
No, I mean, I was thinking about it. I mean, I was thinking about it, but I just wasn't. I wasn't. My body just changed to where I didn't need it. To where I
Okay.
didn't. It wasn't a like a because this is why I figured. This is why I think obesity is a disease because it's not like we want to eat food. It's more like we need it. That's just like anybody that's dealing with an addiction or something. They feel like they need it. Like it's like this is something that we need to have. And that's what dealing with obesity is. But when I took that first shot, I didn't feel like I needed it anymore. You know, that's how I felt. And the scale was going down. After the first week, I think I lost maybe 15, 20 pounds. The
15
first
or
week.
20 pounds.
Yep. Yep.
Jeez
And that was
Louise.
just regular. That was just off of lifting weights.
Now, I think you said something important here for people that are watching, especially if you're a newbie watching. There is a difference between being hungry and just eating because you feel like you just want to, it's there, I need to eat it. And so you're saying you weren't necessarily hungry before, but you felt like you needed to eat it. Now that you're taking this medication, you didn't feel like you needed to eat it. You could just easily pass. And isn't that a great feeling that you could just pass on it? Where before
Amazing.
you couldn't do it.
Amazing feeling. Amazing. And like I said, for me, I would say because everybody's different, right? So I would
Yes.
say for me, it was more stress eating. It was more because I was feeling so stressful. I was feeling trapped, and it was like a getaway from me. It was more like something that'll ease my pain when I ate ice cream or when I indulged in a little bit of some extra hamburgers, or because bread is my weakness.
Mine
Bread,
too.
even till this day, bread is like my weakness. I haven't eaten bread in a while, but that was one food that I would say that I could not go without, was some type of starch, and bread specifically.
And mine is bread too, but also potatoes. I love a good
Yeah.
potato. All right. So any side effects?
No, I didn't have.
Side effect.
I didn't have. I mean, if you say uh constipation is a side effect, I mean that's probably about it. I mean, the only thing I would notice is my bowel movement wasn't normal. It wasn't the same as before the shot. Like before the shot, it would be after every time I would eat something, I would have to have a bowel movement. But then when I took the shot, it might be in the morning or maybe after a day or so, I would have a bowel movement. So that was the only thing that changed. But as far as the side effects that most people experience while on these shots, I have not experienced nail one of them. Nauseated,
Wow.
stomach cramps. Some people uh they got so stopped up they had to go to the doctor and have surgery. From
Yes.
what I'm hearing, but I never experienced none of that. So I
Now, what
mean,
did you take for the constipation? Did you go longer than 2 days before you needed to take something?
no. Normally I would do fiber. I would just add some type of fiber in my diet, like maybe like sweet potatoes, some keto wraps or something like that. Now in the beginning, I just rolled with it. When I first started, I just roll with it. Like whenever I used the bathroom, I would do it. I would go. That's what I was doing in the beginning. I wasn't really worried about uh my diet when I used the restroom or any of that. I wasn't worried about none of that in the beginning. So
So, when you say the beginning, how many months do you think it took for you to start paying attention to those other things?
as far as my diet,
Yeah, because you said you started off eating whatever, not really monitoring a whole lot, but just if you ate, you ate. If you didn't, you didn't. But when did you get more conscious about it?
so I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I said it too, but I didn't get conscious about my diet until last year, August. So I started September 2024 last year in August.
Of
So it took me
2025.
2025. So it took me a
Wow.
whole year. It took me a whole year. Oh, I plateaued so many times. I plateaued. I stayed at 242 for almost 3 months, maybe even longer than that. And I have all the scale pictures. Like I have almost my whole journey documented. So
Wow.
I plateaued so many times until August of last year. August of last year, I was like Bruce Leroy with the glow. I was like Bruce Leroy with the glow at August. I figured it out. Now I don't. I stick. I've mastered it so much to where I can sit off for months at a time and stick to and stay in the same weight if I want to. Like that's how far I've come with it.
And so what did you do? Did you start tracking calories? Did you change your diet to what? Did you follow a plan? Like, let us know.
Yeah. So keto, I started keto in August, and of course, you have to track everything. You have to track the water you drink. You have to track all the your carbs, your proteins, your fats, everything. You have to your condiments. If you eating salsa, ketchup, mayo, you have to track everything. Like you cannot just free fall. And that's one thing that I learned, and that's what I did August. But just to give you a sense of what I started, it was keto, because I'm sure you are familiar with the keto diet.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's what.
something that I can't stick to for a long
And
time at
but
all.
see, that's the thing, because you know why? Because for some people, I'm gonna say, because I know a bunch of people that could do it for years at a time. Like this
Mhm.
guy, this one guy online named Brandon Carter. I don't. You can look him up. He says he's been doing keto for almost 8 years straight. Do I believe him? I don't know. But for me, keto is not sustainable, but for at least 4 to 6 weeks, or unless you're trying to prep for a show or something, and you want to do like maybe a 10, 11 week keto stretch. But other than that, for me, I have to have some type of carb. I have to. It's a must.
So, okay, so keto is heavy on the protein. So how much protein were you getting in?
On keto, I
Are
would
you?
try to, huh?
I said, are you getting in? Are you still eating a lot of protein?
Well, right now I'm just focusing on body recount right now. That's why I'm
Okay.
215 because all right, so let me get back to your original question. So
Well, okay,
right
I was gonna say, let's do the protein, how much you were getting in, and then let's talk about go into what body count means because we say that as if everybody understands and a lot of people don't.
yeah, so right now I'm getting in maybe 215, 220 grams of protein, maybe sometimes 240, 250, but no more than that. No more than 250 right now at this point in time. Now, body recomposition for me, because everybody use it different. Because trust me, I'm not the science person. Y'all teachers. So, I speak more in layman's terms. But body recomp for me is just basically focusing on muscle building and not too much of cardio, and just trying to maintain staying at your maintenance weight. And right now for me, my maintenance weight is like 215, 220. So I'm sticking in between that weight and just changing my body the way you see it, the way I see it. Like I'm not so much focused on the scale. I'm just making sure my waist get tighter, my chest get tighter, my arms keep developing. I keep seeing more vascularity in my veins and stuff like that. But that's basically for me what body recomposition is, because I'm trying to avoid having as much loose skin as possible. And the best way to do that is to fill it out with as much muscle as possible. So that's basically what I'm doing.
Very good. So, okay, let's go back to this because I am my mind is like, how are you getting this 250 grams of protein in? I'm struggling with my between 80 and 120.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk
Okay, so
about it.
let's talk about it. So 250. So what does that look like in a day?
250 for me is now mind you, be mindful that I have not been on Zepbound since January. Yeah.
No.
So no, I have not been on Zep, and I see I'm cool with you. Me and you cool. So I'm gonna give you my secret. I'm gonna give you my little secret.
Okay, thank
I'm gonna give
you.
you
You
I'm gonna
heard
give
it
you my
here
secret.
first.
But I haven't been on Zepbound since January, and that's because, like I said, body recomposition, I had to raise my calories up. I had to bring
Yes.
my calories up. And on Zepbound, especially I'm on 15 milligrams, which is why I would recommend people not to go up in doses too fast, because that's what I did. And so now it's like I can't go down. I can't go down in dose. So I have to be strategic on how I use it, which is why I sit off. And thank God that I developed the habits and the discipline to be able to do that, you know. But 250 grams of protein for me is maybe 3 protein smoothies, 2 scoops a piece at 25 grams of protein a piece. And then I will
Okay.
probably have me like two meals, like
Okay.
some rice and a cup of ground turkey, sweet potato, some chicken, oatmeal. Like before my workouts, I do oatmeal, cup of oatmeal, and like 6 egg whites. Maybe sometimes I might do 10. Sometimes I might do 10 eggs. But when I'm on Zepbound, I mostly drink all of my protein. I try to do me like 4, 5 smoothies a day, because I'm only eat like maybe 1 or 2 meals. So I would do like 4, 5 smoothies a day, because liquids for me, I could just chug. I could drink eggs, no problem. Like Rocky Balboa, and I drink. I could just drink my proteins, but that's how I get it in like that.
Okay. All right. Now that makes sense. I can understand that. So let me go back to something you said. Why can't you go down from 15 milligrams? Because people titrate down. Is there some reason you can't?
Well, because I don't know. I mean, well, really, I never tried to be honest with you. I never asked my doctor, because right now, because well, first my insurance, not covering my Zepbound no more. So I'm still dealing with that
Uh,
issue,
Is it because
So
you met your goal?
it's because I met my goal. That
Yeah,
could be,
you
but my company, they kind of loose. They kind of this ship sinking. So that's a whole nother story with that.
okay.
But I've been having the same shots since December. I've been having the same 2 boxes of 15 milligrams since December. But see, I really I don't want really to give my secret out, you know what I'm saying? Because I got something I'm about to do. It's a reason that's maybe the main reason why I didn't go down. But what I got coming is gonna answer
Okay.
all of that. But I
Okay. So
if I
you're
go ahead.
maintaining this without the injection right now, the Zepbound.
Yes. Yes. I
Okay.
maintain 215, 220, 215 without Zepbound, But that's but the reason why I can do that is because I was practicing that. So within the year and a half I've been on Zepbound, when I made it to 10 milligrams, I started practicing sitting off a week at a time in between. So I would finish a month and then I would sit off a week just to focus on the habits that I developed and the discipline that I developed, which was one of the reasons why I probably was plateauing so much, right? And which is the reason why August I finally figured it out, because I was sitting, I was thinking, I was looking, doing research, just staying focused on what I needed to do to get past these plateaus. So it went from a week to 2 weeks to 3 weeks to finally when I hit the 12 milligrams, I was doing a month. Especially when I go off show, I would sit off. Like I'll go off show, sit off, or either I'll come home and sit off. And then I'll wait 3, 4 weeks and then get back on it. And then I realized something when I was doing that. I realized that when I set off, the longer I set off, the harder it would hit me when I got back on. So what I mean by that is like now, right? If I were to take a 15 milligram shot now, one shot will last 4 weeks. One shot.
4 weeks.
One shot. I will feel the effects of it for at least three to 4 weeks. Now I'm giving you my
Okay.
secrets. Now
Okay. All
I'm
right.
giving you my secrets.
Yeah.
I ain't really want to get too
I'm
much of my
catching it.
secrets
I'm
out.
catching it. No, I know people that are in maintenance, they do that though. They
They
space
do
out
that.
their inject
They
yeah,
do
they
that.
space it out. Yeah, they maybe take a shot once a month or every 2 weeks instead of
Oh,
every
okay.
week. People
Okay.
have been
Yeah.
trying different things, I think, to figure this
Exactly.
maintenance out, or
Exactly.
they want to try a different dose and they may just go every other week or something like that.
Right.
So people
Right.
have been doing some different things. Now, hopefully, your doctor is okay with you doing that. We don't want to encourage people. This is your story, your journey. We want
We
you to
not.
watch
I'm not a
your doctor.
doctor. I'm not a doctor.
Hashtag, we're not doctors. I think it's good because I think it's good to figure out what's working for you in your situation. And what worked for you may just work for somebody else. We just don't know,
Exactly.
but it's working
Exactly.
for you. And I think with the price of the meds too, a lot of people got clever with trying to figure out how to.
Ooh, that stuff like 1100.
Yeah, yeah, very
I ain't trying to pay no 1100. I'm sorry. Like if
I
Lily,
know.
if I can't get no contract, I
Well, you might get one. You're on your way. You might get one.
never. Hopefully,
Eli
hopefully,
Lily or Lily, are you watching us?
you know what I'm
Adam over
saying?
here, he's heavy on the jumps. I think that would be a good look for you for sure. All right, so let me just
Definitely.
ask you, because I think for me, I know with everybody though, we know you can lose weight without exercising. You can exercise, but you can't out exercise a bad diet,
Bad
right?
diet,
So
right?
you need the food. The food is key. And I think that's what a lot of us, and I would call myself slow and steady, what we struggle with is that eating, the emotional eating, that whole thing, which you said you experienced that too. When I say emotional, stress is involved in that, right? Because that's the
Yes.
emotions of it all. I think sometimes when somebody sees a guy like you with the muscles, you think you can never get there. People might think, I can't get there. I'm not going to get there. You're eating things that we can all access. So I play this game on my live. So I'm going to play it with you. It's called This or That. So
Okay.
I want you to tell me, I'm going to give you two options and tell me an option you would go with in your health journey, which option would you choose? Now, if it's something you don't eat at all, let us know that too, because we're trying to eat what you're eating, Adam. I'm just gonna let you know. All right. So, what about this? And I think I know the answer based on what we've talked about so far. So, a protein shake or a protein bar?
Shake.
You're going with the shakes, yeah. And but
Shake.
you're also putting what in your shakes? That
What else?
protein. You're
What
adding
I'm
the
putting in
whey
them?
powder,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah. I do ISO, or keto
Okay,
protein, isolated protein, or plant-based protein.
okay, so you give
I
me a
yeah, with almond milk, cinnamon, and sometimes honey. Yeah.
okay, very good. Thank you. Thank you for giving us the recipe. We love that. Okay. All right. What about this? Are you a yogurt or a cottage cheese person?
Yogurt. None of them really, but yogurt. I would say yogurt. I would go with yogurt.
But normally you don't eat the yogurt.
Nah,
No.
I don't.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you never said yogurt. I think if you put that in your smoothie, it might change the little texture of it, might make it a little interesting, possibly.
Yeah.
What are you putting in there again? The liquid
C-
in the smoothie?
cinnamon, honey,
And
almond
what
milk,
else? Almond
almond
milk.
milk. But I get flavored. I get like fruity pebbles proteins, or like
Oh,
my keto proteins. It'll come like a ice cream flavor, or
oh
like
wow.
my plant based protein that I get from Mike Rashid from Planta. You ever heard of Planta?
No.
So I get some of his protein, and he sells cookies and cream, strawberry, and ice cream. Like I get those type of proteins as well to
So you must
add a little flavor, you know. Yeah.
have absolutely. Okay, all right. Thanks. Thanks for that. What about this? Spinach or broccoli?
Uh, both.
Though if you just had to
I
pick
would
one,
go both. If I had to just pick
you
one,
had to pick one.
spinach,
Spinach.
spinach.
Okay,
Pop,
good. Now
pop,
are you
pop,
eating it
pop,
raw
pop,
or are you
pop, pop.
that's right. Are you eating it raw or are you eating it steamed or sauteed? The broccoli. I mean, not the
Saute,
broccoli, the spinach. Saute,
saute.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, what about this one? Rice or potatoes?
Oh, ooh. Right now, I'm in love with jasmine rice right now.
Okay,
Like
well, what
jazz,
about when you were in the height of your journey? What would you choose?
I'll probably say potato,
Potatoes, but sweet potato or regular potato?
regular white potato.
White potato. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So we talked about this before we started this interview. We both love bread, but I'm also a potato girl, and you said you like potatoes too. So if you had to choose, if it was like a, if they were going head to head, what would you choose between bread or potatoes?
Bread.
You still choosing the bread?
I'm still choosing the bread.
No, no. What kind of bread is it? Like wheat bread, biscuits, cornbread? What is it?
So the last kind of bread I was eating was Ezekiel bread.
Ooh.
So I had switched over to Ezekiel bread because Ezekiel is more is more plant based, more organic bread. But I would probably say wheat bread, wheat
Okay.
bread, healthy choice or something like that. That type of brand.
All right. So what about, oh, this is a good one. Chicken or steak?
Oh my god, chicken or steak? I'm gonna have to go with steak. I have to go with steak. I can't.
You
Steak
go
is
with
like,
steak.
yeah, that's I gotta go with steak. Yeah.
What
Even
about
though I'm
salmon or okay,
go,
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. I'm sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
go. I want you to explain that because I think eating is important. I think if people can get some good tips, I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I would say steak. I just can't pass up a steak like this. Well, right now I'm eating more chicken than steak. I would say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. What about salmon or tuna?
Oh man, I love tuna. I love tuna. Tuna is my thing. That's number one for me. But right now I'm eating more salmon than tuna. But I gotta pick tuna though. I can't. That's tuna, my homie.
Now, do you put mayo in it or do you eat it plain?
No, I do. When I'm doing keto, I do a whole lot of tuna with mayo and eggs when I'm
Okay.
on my keto. So
Okay.
mayo, definitely mayo and sugar free ketchup.
Ooh, sugar-free. I've never heard of anybody putting that in there.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. Okay, interesting. Now, I use relish in mine. Have you ever tried
Oh yeah.
that?
Oh yeah. I
Okay.
sure relish. Oh,
You're
I
not
love
ginger.
relish.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. What about oatmeal or cereal?
Oatmeal. Well,
Oatmeal.
I'm a choose oatmeal, but I love cereal, but I'm gonna go with oatmeal though. I'm going with oatmeal.
Okay. Now, do you eat the high protein cereals out there or you stay away from that?
Nah, I don't. I might do some Cheerios, multigrain Cheerios. I
Yeah.
probably eat some of those because that's my wife's favorite. So I just eat her cereal when I'm hungry.
We love that. Okay. This one leads us into our next set of questions. Weight training or cardio?
Weight training.
Weight training. If you could
Even
only
though
do
I
one.
if I could only do one, oh man, I'm gonna have to go with weightlifting. I'm gonna have to because I gotta be strong and I gotta be masculine. Gotta man up. So
You
I
got a
gotta
man.
go. I gotta go with weightlifting. Gotta go with that.
Okay, so tell us about your weightlifting because it's obvious that you're lifting weights and I know you do the jumping for the cardio, but when you're doing weights, and I also know you don't go to a gym, so that makes it even more accessible, right, to all of us because I think the misconception is in order to look like you, we got to go to a gym, we got to have a membership, we got to walk in there with our bag, with our outfit matching. Tennis shoes, matched up to, looking good, getting in that gym. When you are a bigger person, you avoid it at all costs. So you were able to do that at home and at work. So tell us, what do you do?
So touching on what you said, right? About we try to avoid going to the gym when we big because of confidence and being scared. Just to let the people know I was that person. And if you like a lot of my gym videos that you might see me working out in the gym when I was obese, I would be by myself because I go to Anytime Fitness and it's a 24-hour fitness. So I would go at night when nobody was there because my
Mm,
confidence wasn't, all the way up there. And that's something that we all suffer with. Well, now I don't. I mean, I just nowadays really nobody in the gym look like me. Only a few certain percentage of people look like me now. But I'm just saying for those watching that suffer from that, just know that you're not alone and know that I started that same place. But yes, I do. So me working offshore, that forced me to get my own gym because it's like I'm gone weeks at a time, sometimes months at a time. So I'm just wasting money spending it on a gym when I'm not never home to go to the gym.
mm.
So I bought me a home gym. I bought me a weight bench. I bought like 200-300 pounds worth of plates, iron weight plates.
Oh, wow.
I, I bought an easy curl ball. I bought two dumbbell bars. I bought a pull up station, a travel pull up bars, and a lot everything I've done up until this point, I did it offshore or at home. Everything.
Wow.
And my workout, now see, that's what people really not ready for because I work out 6 days a week lifting weights. And my transfer, I don't know if you've seen my track, 'cause I know you're a busy woman. You're a real
No,
busy
I
woman,
think
So I'm not sure if you've seen my jump rope transformation video, but
no, now that one it's on Instagram, they told me, right?
yeah,
Okay, so I am gonna hightail it over to see that video.
it's on my
Now, when you
YouTube
said
too.
the transformation, what do you mean? You show yourself bigger jumping until you got in shape jumping?
Yeah, so
Okay.
they had a trend going around that was like how it started to how it's
Oh,
going.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
So
have
I
a
did
video like that too.
Yeah, so I did how it started when I first started jumping rope at 335 pounds to how it's going of me at 215 pounds jumping rope in the gym. And the first one was me offshore, and the second one at 215 was me in the gym. And that physique, people went crazy. Like that video was like, I think it's at 100,000 views right now, I think. But people went crazy over that. And for me, I'm like, that's not nothing. Like I did that in 4 weeks. Like the physique you see in that video, I did 4 weeks of keto, and that's how I started looking in 4 weeks. Now I didn't go from 335 to 215 in 4 weeks, no.
Sure, yeah.
But the veins, the slim waist, like I've gained weight since that video because I put on more muscle so I can come out, so I could get more leaner and look more fuller once I get back down to that. Once I start cutting back down again to that. But that was only done in 4 weeks, and people, they love it. You know what I'm saying? They
Now
went
that
crazy
wasn't
over that.
jumping though, right? That was also lifting weights too.
Yeah, that was like a warm up of my weightlifting.
So for me, I started off at 3 pounds, and I got up to 5 pounds. And now sometimes I could do 10, but I know if I had a trainer on my buns, I'd be doing more than that. The trainer kind of pushes you. How many pounds are you lifting?
As far as like what type of workout, I mean, I could lift the heaviest, like a bench press. I could do like 300, 315 on the bench. I could bench 315. Now we just talking about just regular, like normal home workouts I do. My lowest weights I go is 50 pounds. That's
Your
the that's
lowest
the
is
that's
50.
the lowest. That's the lowest, man. That's the lowest. 50
So
pounds.
you're telling me you could bench. So basically, you could have lifted yourself when you were over 300 pounds. So you
Yeah.
lifting that much.
When
Jeez,
I was
Louise.
when I was 300 pounds, yeah, I could have lifted. I was definitely hitting 315. Now I might could do it like once or twice, but when I was over, because the thing is, for a man, you're supposed to be able to bench press your body weight,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
hands down. So I'm 215 right now. So 215, I should be able to do at least 20 times right now. And
Louise.
300, 315, I'm probably hitting that about once or twice right now, maybe more. It's been a while since I did it, but I know I can do it right now.
So did you start off at 50 pounds? Did you ever have some 20 pounds over there?
I probably had 20 pounds when I do chest flies at first. At
Okay.
first. I mean, the lowest I probably ever lift was maybe 20, 25. I try not to go that far down though, you know, because it's like for a man, women different. Y'all
Okay.
could go in the gym and not ego lift or not worry about what nobody's saying, or I'm doing me. You know what I'm saying? Which men, we like that too, right? But at the same time, we going in the gym, and then this guy come in there and we see him lifting 60, 70 pounds. We like, you know what? Let me try to get that. Let me try to hit that too. And basically, we, as a man, you have to be able to lift a certain amount of weight. That, especially on the internet nowadays, it's like they be all over you about being able to lift a certain amount of weight. But we all start from somewhere. And I started low, but I tried not to go under 30, 35 pounds. I tried not to.
Okay. All right. Very good. Oh, geez, Louise. So you are working it out. All right. So you obviously had to get new clothes and all that. Are you styling and profiling with some new clothes? What did you do with your old clothes? Are you still hanging on to them?
I have a lot of my old clothes. Yeah, I got, look. Ooh, I got. Let me tell you something. My wife, she really makes me see that I'm not who I used to be, because a lot of times I just like to wear baggy clothes. Like I like to wear loose and baggy clothes. And my wife, she'll give me some tight booty huggers, excuse my language. Some booty huggers or something. And I'll be like, babe, I can't. I'm like, come on now, this. But now I'm like, you know what? This kind of looks sexy on me. You know what I'm saying? This kind of look good on me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm starting to lean in more towards the clothes that actually fit me instead of the big loose clothes. But I still have all of my old clothes. But am I styling and profiling at the moment? No. At the moment, I'm focusing on my summer rollout. Like I'm just zoned in. Like I'm on a mission right now. I'm on a mission to do something that nobody in the GLP-1 space has done, and that's what I'm focused on. I'm not worrying about going out, clothes, watching too much TV, drinking, none of that. Like I'm just eating clean, working out, and staying focused right now. That's it. I don't. That's all I do. In social
Ah,
media, I'm trying my best to focus more on this social media thing. You know.
well, you gotta come back here and talk about it. I'm excited for you to roll it out. And shout out to your wife because I think, first of all, you're a smart guy. The fact that you are married because married men hang around longer. Right? I love that. So shout out to her. And I love that she's bringing that to your attention that you look different because I kind of struggle with that too. I still have my clothes. I cleaned out some stuff just this week and I just didn't want to let stuff go because I tend to think like I'm bigger than I actually am too. So I
Yeah.
love that. But you have a plan, like you have a secret plan. Mine is just that I just like my stuff. So I'm excited to see. I don't know what you're rolling out. I think I have an idea, but I also have an idea for you. So I want to wait till we talk about your YouTube channel. So let
Trust
me
me.
just ask you, how is maintenance different from active weight loss? Like, do you notice a big difference
Yeah.
or is it all
I
the same?
No, it's not. It's not the same. Maintenance is basically what it's saying. What it is. It's just you sticking to. It's you finding your goal weight. Once you reach your goal weight, you sticking to your goal weight. You know, that's basically maintenance. That's basically really what I'm doing. Like I'm just staying in my maintenance weight right now and just changing the measurements of my body. You
Now,
know,
who picked the go away? Did you pick it? Did your doctor select it?
me.
You did.
I'm yeah, I control this ship over here. But yeah, you know what? To be honest with you, since I've been in Houston, I've been living in Houston 5 years now, going on six, and I've had almost six, seven doctors, different doctors since I've
In the
been here.
same hospital system?
Yeah, in the same hospital, and it's because my recent doctor, who I'm with now, he said that they either getting fired or they leaving, they quitting because
Wow.
the economy is just it's in turmoil right now. Gas prices going up, rent going up. Like it's just a lot of stuff going on with the economy, and a lot of these people with these jobs they getting affected by it. Like even with my company, they just laid off like over 200 people at my company.
Wow.
And that's bring me to the point that I've had a different doctor since I've been in Houston.
Jesus.
So no, so the reason why I brought that up, right, is because none of them had time enough to be like, okay, Mr. Turkey, this is the plan you need to be on, or this is what you need to do, or focus on
Mhm.
this, because it's been different people every time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm just staying focused.
You're staying focused. Okay. So, any advice for beginners, people out there that are watching that are new to the GLP-1? Because I know you want to inspire, motivate people in the GLP-1 community. So, what advice would you give? What's something you wish you had known that you know now?
uh I want to say to anybody in the GLP-1 space, I'm here. I'm here to motivate you. I'm here to inspire you. I mean, this is my purpose. My purpose is to show people that anything is possible with this medication. I'm here to show y'all and to help whoever needed guidance, whatever, that anything is possible with these shots. Look, I started at 335 pounds, almost died. It took me to cough up blood to actually realize what was going on with my health. I came from that to where I'm at now, and I'm just getting started. And any advice that I would give is focus on your nutrition. Don't worry about what people say. Don't worry about the outside noise. People gonna say a lot of things. They told me I couldn't build muscle when I was 335 pounds. They told me I couldn't get fit. And I'm here right now showing them that that's a lie. So any advice I would give, like I said, focus on your nutrition. Don't try to move up so fast. Oh, and I would say the number one thing, right, is to focus on developing habits and discipline while you're moving up, and try to sit off from the shot and focus on those habits and discipline that you've learned while you was on the shots. And don't move up so fast. Like take your time, slow and steady, ease into it. Focus on losing zero point 0.5 to 1.5 pounds a week, 2 pounds the most. Focus on that, and that would be my advice. And come see me. Heavy on the jumps. You come to any one of my social medias, come see me, and I'll help you out as much as I can.
I love that. Okay, thank you. Great advice. What's one word that would describe you before you started Zepbound? If you could just sum it up before Zepbound, what's one word that would describe you?
Before Zepbound, I probably would say. I probably would say ambitious. I would probably say ambitious. Because I've always been ambitious. I've always, or maybe I could say a dreamer. I could say a dreamer. Because I've always wanted something better out of life. And I could be I could be living in hell and still feel like and still picture myself living in heaven. I could be living in heaven and want something better than being in heaven. So being a dreamer for me has always been that, which is why I've always wanted to accomplish something great. So I probably would say either ambitious, probably ambitious more. I would go with that.
And or did you grow up as a chubby, chunky, overweight child, or when did you start gaining your weight to where you got to over 300 pounds?
About 10, 11.
Okay, 10. Okay, all
Yeah.
right.
So most of my life I've been obese,
Okay,
at least overweight for sure.
okay. So yeah, so you're part of that dream was probably like one day I want to be fit, healthy, and doing what you're doing now. So what's one word that would describe you now? If I said give me one word to describe Adam, heavy on the jumps, what would it be?
One word that has described me now, it's so many. It's so
One.
many
Just
it's
one.
so many I would use, but I would probably say a king. I
King.
would, I would probably say a
King
king.
Adam in the house.
I'm
Okay.
not look. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was like, okay, I was gonna ask you to explain it.
Yeah, because I've dealt with so much adversity and so much turmoil in my life that I've came out of, and where I'm at now, like my story, just this can you just imagine having this Zepbound story, right? Like we all have a story from Zepbound, from just being on Zepbound, how we started, right? But my
Yes.
story before that is so unique and it's just deep. It's real deep. I've been through a lot in my life. Like growing up as a teenager, I was basically an adult as a teenager. So I would definitely have to say King because right now I'm sitting on my own Mount Rushmore right now. I have my own house, great career, beautiful wife. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I am just, you know what? Let's go with that. I'm gonna go with
Bless.
that. I'm sorry. Let's go with that. Let's
Oh,
scratch
I
King.
love that. You had
Let's
a
scratch
transformation
King
right here in real
and let's
time.
go. Let's go blessed. I'm gonna say I'm blessed. That's the one word that I'm gonna describe
Absolutely.
myself. Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that for you. Oh, wow. Very good. All right. So who knew that bond was, making dreams come true? When you listen to the news, you don't really hear these positive stories out there to this degree. So thank you for coming on and sharing with us. Now, are there times you wanted to give up because you said you plateaued, which I could totally relate to that. And so many people, I get so many emails, people come to the live streams or comments on my videos and most of the people aren't saying, oh, this was just a great experience from start to finish. Everything was just great. You got people who are struggling through to get to that finish line and people who feel, stuck. A lot of times they feel stuck. So, are there times you felt stuck? And if so, how did you move forward?
Yeah. I deleted all of my videos off my channel at one time because I was so stuck in my head. I was so stuck in my own head and I came to a point to where I didn't think I could do it anymore. I was
Uh-huh.
like, man, I just can't like I said, I was stuck at 242 for almost 3 months, maybe even 6. I was stuck. Like I couldn't scale wouldn't move, and I was just it just took me to a depression. I was so depressed. It took me to a place where I felt like I couldn't get out of. Because as you can see my passion for this, right? Like I'm
Absolutely.
I'm I'm real passionate about this. So like you said earlier, I remember what you said. You said if you doing something, you trying to make sure you hit that goal. Like that's the objective. Like, and for me, if I don't hit that goal, I get down on myself. I start like I don't give myself enough grace. And that's one thing Darian used to comment under my videos. Because I'm sure he probably heard it in my voice. He used to say, man, give yourself grace. You doing better than most people. You're doing better than what you think. So I deleted all of my videos, and I didn't want to come back to YouTube. And soon as the scale started moving again, soon as I started seeing a little progression, I came back, and I was like, you know what, this bounce back about to be epic, because I had to get out of my head, and my wife, she played a big part in that. So I would definitely give credit to her. Like I would give the most credit. And my wife, I would give credit to my wife. She
Yeah,
she
shout
was
out
there.
to
She
your
was
wife.
she was there for me, to help me get out of that.
Being a content creator, it is tough to be online sharing your journey when you're not losing. That's why I just have such a big push on my channel on focusing on the non-scale victories and things that the scale doesn't show. I was going down in sizes, but I still was stuck at the same weight. That my inflammation was still gone. I was jotting up those stairs. The scale never showed that.
Right.
I was doing so many things that I couldn't do when I was over 300 pounds. So I learned how to focus on that. Hopefully your presence on YouTube will pick up. Go subscribe to his channel. We want you to get over there, get some motivation. But I will say, I think people need that to hear from people when things aren't going well. And it's the hardest thing to do, right? Especially if you're an overachiever or somebody who's used to being so successful at everything you do. But those are the people that folks out there are looking for, because guess what, that's most people. Most
Right.
people are not
Right.
in this percent, 1%, 2% you're in. Most people are kind of stuck
Now.
somewhere. Right, right, right. But you had to get there. So I think that's
Right.
so
Right.
important
Right.
that you said, because when I saw you, to look at you, you would just think like, oh, you start taking this medication, you start lifting weights, and now you look like you do. We would never know the journey, the struggle, and or the
Right.
challenges. I wouldn't say struggle, because struggle, you have such a hard time digging yourself out. I would say it was a challenge, and the fact that you were able to overcome
Definitely.
that and come back. But I think that's what people need to see, and a lot of that is kind of missing on YouTube, because people leave when it gets tough. But it's hard to stick it out, right? To
Right.
come on camera and to be upbeat, especially when you're feeling down about yourself, trying to motivate other people. That's the hardest thing to do. So I'm glad you came back. I'm glad you got back on board. And again, shout out to your wife, because I think having that family support, this is another reason why YouTube is so helpful, because a lot of people don't have a wife like your wife. A lot of people don't have family and friends like I have. They just have us on YouTube, right? So
Right.
I think that's great. That's great. Okay. All right. So we're almost done here. So I just want to ask you, I'm going to ask you some more. I'm going to give you one word, and just tell me the first word that comes to your mind. Try not to think about it too much, right? I just want to know the first word. Now I can tell, Adam, you want to think about stuff. Don't think about it.
Oh
The
yeah.
first the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay, are you ready?
Right. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Zepbound.
Shot at life.
Ooh, weightlifting,
Muscle.
compound, compounds,
Not my thing.
okay. Discipline,
Lifestyle.
lifestyle, okay. Maintenance,
Overachiever.
okay. Cardio,
Jump rope.
jump rope. Oh, I love that. Family.
I I don't know. You might see the first thing came to my mind when you said that is Black woman.
The black woman. Okay, I love that. Very
Yeah.
good. Future,
Legendary.
legendary. Okay, and YouTube.
Money.
Ooh, money. Okay, okay. Now, is there anything you would do differently on your journey? If you had to do something different, is there something you would do different?
Yeah, I wouldn't have deleted my videos. Giving up. I was giving up. When I deleted my videos, I was giving up. I was done. I was like, you know what? Fitness ain't for me. Zepbound ain't for me. I'm gonna just get rid of that channel. That was going through my mind at the time. But that's the one thing I regret doing.
Yeah, I get that because it's just documentation of what you had going on.
Right.
Wow. Well, that's okay. Things happen for a reason. So you are a content creator. You used to have a different name and then you switched your name, right? So now your channel is Heavy on the Jumps. How did that come about? And then tell us what we can get over there on your channel.
One thing about me is I'm creative. Like I'm not no scientist, or I might not be the smartest tool in the shed or in a toolbox, but I got the most rust. That's one of the my things that I say. But what you could get from my channel is transformation, motivation. Like I got Zepbound, a shot at life, which is my segments about my Zepbound saving me and me really experiencing, life in debt. And then that came in and that just changed everything. Man to know with GLP-1 is another segment that I have that you could check out. And that's basically me being on the forefront for the men, for the GLP-1 community. Because when I first started, it wasn't too many men talking about it or really coming out. It was just all women. Like no matter where you went, you just saw all women on it. And even till this day, it's more women than men that's speaking
True.
up about GLP-1. So I'm manning up with GLP-1. You can get that. And like I said, it's basically transformation, what you can get from my channel. Like I'm just trying to show people that it's possible. Like the stigma around GLP-1 about eating away muscle, you can't build muscle, excuse me, or you can't be athletic, you can't be an athlete while on this medication. That's false. And that's what I'm here to show people. And I used to be Zepbound Gains at first. That's what I used to call myself when I first came on the scene, Zepbound Gains. But Heavy on the Jumps, that's what I'm running with. That's what you're gonna see from here on out. That's the name across all platforms, Heavy on the Jumps.
Oh, I love that. I love the name. It's really catchy too. I see you being a personal trainer and a coach. And I don't know if you have aspirations to do that, but I think you are the transformation. Have you ever thought about doing that?
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, my summer rollout coming. Y'all need to stay tuned for that. I have an epic transformation. Like this ain't nothing. What y'all seeing right now, this is just the beginning. I mean, yeah, it's cool. I give myself grace. I'm happy where I'm at. I'm blessed. But I have more in store, and being a fitness uh coach or somebody like that for the GLP-1 community, yes. I would rather work with people that's really have 100 obese, people that has over 100 pounds to lose, that's starting the GLP-1 journey, or that's in the GLP-1 journey, then they're stuck, they're plateauing, or they want to just be an athlete, or they want to build muscle. I would rather work with people like that. Like I don't want to just train random people. I want to
Yeah.
work with people that's where I'm from. So when I talk to the obese person, I can relate to them because I was once where you're at. So they would actually benefit me more because it'd be more of a passion than to just do it just to help random people, which that's fine too. Because motivation is motivation, and saving, helping people is my
Right.
thing. But I would rather work with people from the GLP-1 community more than anything. But yeah, I've thought about it, and I probably will be doing that after my rollout for sure.
Okay. All right. I love that for you. I think that that's a great look for you. And again, you're your own walking billboard. So you won't have to do a lot of promotion because you have it built in. And I love that. Another thing I want to say too is thank you for just coming out and giving the men a voice. Do you take any supplements? I didn't ask you that. Do you take any supplements or are you all natural?
I mean, you know, depending on who you asking, GLP-1 is not natural, depending on who you asking, you know. But no, I don't. Only thing I take is Zepbound. Well, right now I'm currently not, but fish oils. I do multivitamins, protein, and that's it. That's all I do. But I wanted to touch on something you just said about the men in the community. Charles the goat, right? Charles and Darium, they're the goats for me. But Charles has really motivated me to start my own podcast. So y'all be looking for a shot at life podcast, after the summer. After I'm done with my summer rollout, I will be starting my own podcast called A Shot at Life. That's gonna be coming soon. And Charles motivated me to do that for real, for real.
A shot at life. I love the title. I love the title. Very good. Well, you have great things on the horizon. I am just, I'm proud of you. I'm excited for you.
Thank you,
You're
thank you,
very motivating. You can see the enthusiasm in you. You know,
thank you.
you got that spark anytime you talk about lifting those weights and working out. And just keep it up, keep it going. You got to come back here and tell me about your rollout and
Oh yeah,
how it's
definitely.
going. And we definitely want to get over to your channel and support you. I'm going to put the link in the description as well, and that'll get us to your channel. We want to check out that Instagram and the video of the jumping transformation. So I could get that link. I'll put that in the description of this
Yeah.
video as well. So I'll let you have it. Anything else you want to say on our way out?
Just stay motivated. Yeah, y'all on the GLP-1 journey. Don't get discouraged. Don't listen to the noise. You know, everything is going to work out. You have to put it in your mind that it's going to work out. You have to be determined and you can't let nothing stop you. You know, sky's the limit, like what they say, you know, and just stay focused and keep going. That's it. Well, y'all can follow me on Heavy on the Jumps on all social media network. You could my Instagram has all of my platforms on it. So Heavy on the Jumps. Yeah, I'm here. And I
He's
appreciate
me.
you, Miss Diva, Miss Downsized Diva. I appreciate you inviting me and having this conversation with me, having me on your platform. I really appreciate that. And I'm honored to be here.
Well, thank you. I just think this is great. This is great. I'm looking forward to seeing you fly, right? You take off like the king you are.
Yeah.
So, thank you again for stopping by. And it was so nice talking with you. I appreciate you. Bye.
Later.
Downsizing diva, and I'm here to say, feeling good, taking my GLP-1.